Some GOP candidates are spreading messages of intolerance, of hatred for different subsections of American culture, different demographic groups across America. Now, on the relative left, Hillary Clinton is trying to spread the opposite message while crafting a new slogan for herself that just might fight against this perception that people have, for whatever reason, that she's a little bit cold, a little bit robotic, a little bit heartless, just based on observing her for 20 or 30 years. So here's a preview. This is a sentence she said at a recent speech. We've got to do everything we can to weed out hate and plant love and kindness. And that is a nice preview for the new slogan, Love Trumps Hate.
Clever.
Now, she's spreading this on 2 recent Instagram posts. You're seeing right here. Tell Donald Trump hate is not an American value. So no accident with the Trumps there. And then the next one, you can get these stickers, Love Trump's Hate. Stick it to Trump with the official sticker.
Okay, all right.
And of course, it doesn't hurt that it's a way that she can make money in this next clip, or this next picture. Yeah, you can donate and get the sticker.
Oh, you can donate and get the sticker.
Yeah.
Not bad, though.
Oh, I'd like to donate another amount.
Okay, she's doing the next one. I don't know if you guys know. Love burns socialism. Just a coincidence.
And then she has to drop the mic. He didn't appreciate that. He's at like 1%. Leave him alone. Anyway.
Okay.
I can only think of filthy jokes. I'm not going to say any of them.
Oh, come on.
No.
Love really burns.
You're not going to do it?
Don't attempt it.
Love burns down south.
Love Trump
Love
hate.
burns. No.
And then Trump licks. The thing is,
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Yes.
But it seems like, should she really be putting his name in her slogan?
that's what I thought. So like,
Yeah.
no, you shouldn't.
That's sort of like bad marketing 101, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, he's grabbing the spotlight so much, he's grabbed part of Hillary Clinton's messaging.
Yeah.
Right? So, but nonetheless, it's clever. You
And
gotta give it
libs
to
are
her
going
that
to
it's-
want to put that up because right now they're hating Trump. What I would have done is to double
is
your
ironic.
sales, put a slight apostrophe between the P and the S, so you get the libs, but you also have some not particularly observant conservatives who are like, I do love Trump's hate. I'm going to buy that as well. You sell 1 billion of them.
Love Trump's
You and
hate.
your apostrophe. Punctuation.
Right. Now, the other reason she's doing this is that she's trying to court 2 sets of voters. One is a little bit more obvious, which is female voters. They've been trying to soften her up, and so, she has this edge to her as a politician, and she's always been more hawkish. And so she's trying to say, hey, remember now, everybody, I don't vote for Bernie Sanders. I'm a woman. It would be really historic and great if a woman won the presidency. And so look at me, I'm emphasizing love now, right? So, and then the second part is she's been talking to a lot of African-American churches, and that's a theme you hear in an African-American church, right? And when you think of the civil rights movement and how Martin Luther King talked about how love can overcome the hatred, et cetera. So boom, you hit 2 demographics in one, is in a Democratic primary, it's perfect, and you get to take a shot at Trump. It's just a win all around. But what's funny is that it's painted as like she had this authentic, like, recognition of love.
Yeah.
No, it's all focus grouped and tested and polled.
Well, at least her policies, in comparison to Trump's, they do have more love. I mean, she is unfortunately more hawkish than the other Democratic candidates, and I don't really see much love in military occupation of the Middle East for the rest of time. And look, she supports gay marriage now. That's love, and it only took her until almost every other Democratic politician in most of the country had moved in that direction. So there's some love there. It's just really slow love. It's great. It's not love at first sight. It's after 10 or 20 years.
Well, I don't know. To me, it seems like she's damned if she does, damned if she doesn't.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it doesn't matter what she does.
That's true.
It's going to be slammed by everybody if she's trying to be softer and trying to be more emotional. Well, that's going to get slammed because she's a female, so she's she's not going to be a good war hawk then if she's got to be too emotional. Oh, can she handle
want her to be a war hawk.
the Defense Department? And then, it's one of those things that you're going to have to. She has to appeal to such a broad group of people across all demographics, and I just don't think that this really helps her with that. Maybe it does with a subset of the female vote. I don't know.
I think it's overall a good move. I mean, I'm going to josh her in various ways and criticize her in various ways, but I think it's a perfectly fine message to put out there. And I think that whether it's 100% authentic for her as an individual candidate, I think that side of the political spectrum right now certainly does look filled with love when you compare it to the stuff coming out of Huckabee and Trump and Cruz and,
anything
and all
would
of
be
that.
compared to that.
So I think that reminding the voters, oh yeah, you know those crazy people talking about building walls, banning people, killing refugees, all that stuff? Yeah, we actually relatively like love. I think that that's a fine message to put out there.
And you know, it's funny. It's because as a woman politician, she spends most of her time trying to seem like a hard ass, right? Because she doesn't want to seem like a softy woman. And it's just ironic that, you know, she's a bigger hawk. She's, you know, actually is tougher than most men. And so that's why she probably would be afraid to go this way. But now there's an opening. So she's going to go that way. But if there was more of an opening to be a harder ass, she'd be a harder ass. But this is all politics.
Yeah. Look, I agree with all of you. I mean, I hear exactly what you're saying, Desi. Like, there's no winning because the politics is what forced her to be a hard ass in the first place, and now the politics is kind of directing her towards this lovey-feely stuff because she really, really needs to lock up the female vote in that primary. Look, she's still losing in New Hampshire, so let's not forget that. That's pretty big to lose New Hampshire. It almost cost Obama the presidency when Hillary beat him in New Hampshire. So she realized that. She's trying to do that. So she's in a tough spot, you know, because whereas you wouldn't be in a tough spot if you're male in the first place, because no one would say, okay, now forced to prove yourself, your toughness, and et cetera.
Now be warm. Now be soft. Now be hard. Now be warm. Be all things to all
To be
people.
fair, Al Gore had to have an incredibly awkward kiss on stage to prove that he was an affectionate, regular. Like, sometimes guys can be robots too, and they're like, we want to see you make out with her. Now grab her ass.
That's right. That was
was
the I have sex with my wife kiss. Not like Bill Clinton, who's still married.
I reek of her right now.
Yeah.
No, that's awkward.
then-
Don't do that.
Then Jeb Bush, and now I'm pointing Jimmy whenever I say anything, Jeb
Come on,
Bush.
give me a break. Come on, I really slogs my galoshes.
Jeb Bush had to go out and say, I eat nails before breakfast to try to prove how tough
Yes.
he was.
And how
That
high
was
energy
hilarious.
he is.
I eat nails before breakfast.
Why would you do that,
So
Why would
Jeb?
you say
stupid.
that?
Well, and he had the awkward Supergirl thing because he has to show that like he's a regular
Yeah.
guy. He's
Hey, I like
who's that
pussy.
Supergirl?
I watch TV.
She's hot.
Yeah. Oh, she's hot. Yeah. Shut up,
hot.
you creepy old. Don't say that about
Creepy
someone
bastard.
3 times less your age.
Okay. But the bottom line is, look, I'm with John that it's probably fairly effective, and she is in politics. That's what she's doing, so she's got to do that. But at the end of the day, don't get confused. It isn't like there's some sort of change of heart or change in policy. It's not like this is then going to lead to a less hawkish military policy.
So-
no, her policy remains the same. And there's some good parts of her policy, and there's some more conservative parts of her policy.
Yeah.
So just keep it real on that.
You know, here's the thing, right? When she first got in public life, you understood why she got in public life, and she worked for children.
Yeah.
And she had like
Healthcare.
there was a point. Healthcare. She worked to help children, and now it just doesn't seem like she has a point. Like, why do you want to be president? It's just all ambition. You're just a regular person now, like all those regular maniacs who want to be president. Bernie Sanders, there's a reason why he's doing this, right? There's a real reason. There's no reason why she's doing this except she wants to for her own ego. That's what it seems like to me. And that's why I think that she has to try to figure out who she is, because she isn't anybody except someone who wants to fulfill her ego.
Which, to be fair, and you made this point. It's not necessarily a flaw of her in any particular way.
No.
Most people running for the presidency,
Right.
you can't genuinely tell. Like, there's a few, like Bernie Sanders. I can give reasons that I think why he wants to run, and I could even say someone like I could explain why Ted Cruz wants to be president.
No.
Now I think I could explain why I think Trump wants to be president, even though not until very recently I was saying that I didn't think he actually wanted to be. But most politicians, it's just like, oh, I guess that's the next thing.
Well,
Yeah.
look back at Obama. What about Obama? Why did he want to be president?
Oh,
I don't know, actually.
No, I know exactly, for his own ego. That he didn't, I mean,
Well,
and
also, now, just to take a slightly more generous version of that, you know, I think there's also people who think, you know what? I think I know how to do this. I think I got a way to do this, and I think I know I can make this work. So, you know, sometimes you have to have a massive ego in order to be able to think that you could possibly even make it. But I think you also partly want to do right for your country, maybe.
Desi, I
Some,
can speak
maybe.
for the
I mean, maybe I'm just too
Right, no,
Pollyanna.
I think it's true of some.
I think you have
And
to.
Hillary
want to
probably
do
has a good bit of that.
No, Desi, I can speak for the massive ego community. Okay, I'm a massive ego American. And so, but But so I got a big ego. I think I could run the government better than other guys. I think I could run this and that better than other people. So, I'm not shy in that category. But what do I want to do, right?
Yes.
So maybe I think I could run that dentist office better than my dentist does, but I'm not going to go invade his dentist office, or I'm not going to go become a dentist. What drives me, right? So I actually think that there's a couple of Republicans that you guys didn't name that are driven by something. So Rand Paul, he might be political, et cetera, but has a certain philosophy that he's driven by. Okay. Even Paul Ryan, he's a super Ayn Rand nut. Okay, he had to deny it when he was running for VP because of religious reasons, and it was going to cost him the evangelical base because she's an atheist and all that. But no, he's a true believer in that sense, right? And Huckabee, he's a true theocrat.
Yeah.
And so he would like to replace the Constitution with the Bible. He really would.
Yes.
That's what drives him, right? And also has a huge ego and is a politician and all that stuff. Jeb Bush is running because they pushed him in there, and he's like, what am I doing here? But okay,
It's my
you're
turn
right.
now.
I guess it's my turn, right? Like you can tell. Hillary, I think Jimmy nailed it. She originally had a point. She forgot what that point is. Sometimes when people ask her, she's like,
Yes.
oh right, the children. That's why I got into this. I
met a couple at a diner in Boise.
Yeah.
But Hillary, what's driving you about the kids? Like, what are you going to do for the kids when you get in office?
Yeah.
Love Trump's hate,
Trump's
right? And then yada yada. So Bernie's unquestionable. What's driving him is the thing that's been driving him for 40 years, right? There's never been any question about that. You like him, you don't like him. You think he's going to win, you don't think he's going to win. The guy is clear as day, right? Yeah. So if I were to go and run, I got enough ego and I got all this stuff, but I've got to get the money out of politics, otherwise we're not going to fix the fucking thing, right? And then what do I want to do if it's fixed? Not like they're always worried about their goddamn fucking legacy, right? You'll have a legacy if you actually gave a shit and wanted to do stuff, right? Right? So I wouldn't be worried about my legacy. I don't care if I left office, everybody thinks I'm a piece of shit, right? As long as we got the 28th Amendment. And then what does that lead to? That leads to, hey, maybe if I work hard, I can get paid enough to feed my family. I don't know. I care about that. Maybe, I don't know. I care about it, right? Right? So, and it's not like I met Bob in Iowa, and then I realized, doesn't have enough food for his family. No shit. I don't want us to invade Iran. That's a stupid, stupid idea. I don't want all those people to die, right? So do you see, other than Bernie, you see anybody getting that worked up? Obama? No.
I think that Jim Webb really wanted to go investigate the South China Sea. I think he was being genuine about that. I don't think you don't question him because he might kill you.
You know what? The commenters are right. Sprinkles is pretty funny.
He is.
This is new nickname.
I missed that one.
Good. I wish I had.
Okay.
Okay. So now Obama did the change placards to fuck with us, right? It was a slogan. You
don't think he really believed
No.
he was high on his own supply on
No.
that one?
No.
If he did, he
no.
shouldn't have.
Let me just last thing. Let me be super clear on that. Everybody's high on their own supply, right? Who knows? Maybe I'm high on my own supply, right? But and the bad guys.
Wes was high on my supply.
No, we're talking about something else here.
Oh, what's that?
Okay, but bad guys don't wake up in the morning and think how will I destroy the world today, right? How will I do damage to others? They wake up, they look in the mirror, and I got to protect my own, right? They have a justification for it. So Obama's justification, and he's not a bad guy, right? He's a good guy, and his thing is, I'm going to make it a little better. We can't do it. Everybody else is unrealistic. I know what's pragmatic. I know what's practical. 5% change is practical. And I'm the best guy in the world at getting you 5% change. And he might actually be right about that. If you're looking at 5 to 25% change, Barack Obama is your man, right? And so he just didn't have the drive that he said he had because he put it in a campaign ad. Let's not pretend he didn't. Where he said, I'm not going to play the same old Washington games. Mm-hmm. I'm going to change the way the game is played.
Yes.
Yeah. No intention to do that.
No
It didn't drive him at all.
Came in, first thing he did was protect the banks.
Yeah.
So, anyway, but look, there's obviously fair and honest disagreement over that, but that's my take on it. But at the end of the day, if Bernie loses and Hillary wins, I mean, against any of the monsters on the right, it's a no-brainer.